Recently released conversations involving high-level government officials claim a UFO crashed in Kingman back in 1953.
Are we alone in the universe? Well, the discoveries from past and present say otherwise. Join me as I explore UFO crash sightings from around the globe and uncover the truths behind these fascinating events. Found during an excavation of the ancient ruins of the Great Zimbabwe Civilization in 1972, this unidentified flying object is remarkable in many ways. The exterior showed no signs of corrosion or damage, indicating advanced technology. Inside, the vessel was empty, with equipment that had ceased to function, suggesting it was once operational. It may have crashed due to Earth's gravitational forces or electromagnetic interference. Within the craft were multiple screens and damaged machinery, leaving us to ponder the purpose of these systems. Clip Uploader claims that this extraordinary find hints at the possibility that UFOs have been visiting our planet for far longer than we realize. What do you think? The hollow vessel. In 1996, a dice-shaped craft was discovered by a group of lumberjacks working in an Australian forest. Although the exterior showed damage, there were no signs of entry or escape. Inside, the craft was completely hollow, lacking control panels, seats, or any visible equipment. Strikingly, despite the damage, there were no biological remains or evidence of life. It's unclear whether the occupants left before the crash, or if the craft was never manned at all. Unlike many UFO sightings, this one didn't prompt immediate government attention, making it a lesser-known event. Unexpected water impact.
8 miles, look for an impact.
In 2005, the US Navy recorded an unusual event when a disc-shaped craft of unknown origin appeared on their radar. The footage shows the craft descending in a tumbling, spinning motion as it headed toward the water. Its metallic white surface was visible, and despite the erratic fall, the craft hit the water with a surprisingly smooth impact. After making contact, the craft remained partially submerged, floating steadily without sinking or moving. The ability of the object to stay in place despite the impact and water conditions points to advanced technology, possibly designed for resilience in harsh environments.
8 miles, look for an impact.
Lost technology rediscovered. In a remarkable discovery off the coast of Kaikoura, a diver stumbled upon a plate-shaped glider resting on the ocean floor. The 1987 footage showcases the craft's exterior, heavily rusted, indicating it has been submerged for quite some time. The broken cockpit glass points to a possible violent impact, implying the glider may have crashed or made an emergency landing instead of descending safely. Inside, there were no signs of life, which raised eyebrows about what happened to its occupants. The diver's find quickly drew the attention of authorities, prompting further investigation into this underwater mystery, some thinking of its origins while others thought about its potential connection to extraterrestrial activity. Silver saucer touchdown. Recent footage captured an unusual sighting in Texas, where a flying object landed in a place not typically associated with UFO activity. The disc-shaped silver saucer seemed to be completely still. However, its undamaged condition and blinking lights indicated it had landed intentionally. The event happened during daylight, allowing witnesses to easily record the sighting and share it on social media. After landing, the craft remained motionless for a long time, leaving observers to consider its purpose as it appeared to be gathering data from its surroundings before departing. Crash like no other. First spotted in 1953, this extraterrestrial craft was discovered in Kingman, Arizona. Unlike typical disc-shaped UFOs, it featured a unique design with several circular holes along its exterior, which might have housed glass windshields that broke during the crash. Measuring 30 feet in diameter and standing 15 feet tall, the craft posed challenges for transport, requiring cranes due to its size and sturdy construction. Although it was first seen in 1953, its design appeared more advanced than the technology of that era, yet it also bore an ancient, worn appearance. Though officials have denied this story, the Kingman UFO crash story is considered a legitimate piece of alien tech. What's your take on this one? Liftoff from Abyss. In this incredible footage, a team of divers makes a groundbreaking discovery, a flying saucer resting at the bottom of the Adriatic Sea. The craft's rugged surface reveals that it has been submerged for quite some time, making people think about its origins and how it ended up in such an isolated location. As the divers meticulously examine its exterior, they search for unique markings or features that could shed light on the craft's function. The footage captures the divers expertly chaining the saucer to lift it to the surface. Mystery in dunes. Initially mistaken for a giant turtle shell due to its smooth, curved exterior, this alien vessel was discovered in the Sahara Desert during a routine geological survey in 1980. The disc-shaped craft was made from an unknown lightweight yet incredibly durable metal, which left scientists baffled. Despite being buried in the harsh desert climate, the vessel showed no signs of corrosion or weathering, appearing as if it had just recently landed. Its unique shape made it difficult to recognize as a spacecraft at first, but after confirmation, this discovery gathered both public and scientific attention in the 1980s. Mariana Trench discoveries. During a research operation in the Mariana Trench, a team made an astonishing discovery: several unknown crafts resting on the ocean floor. Their exteriors were covered in rust and marine growth, indicating they had been submerged for a long time. Remarkably, some of these crafts were still operational. A smaller, disc-shaped craft particularly captivated the team with its working monitor system, revealing advanced technology hidden beneath the waves. The functionality of these systems in such harsh conditions highlights the durability of the technology and prompts fascinating considerations about how these crafts ended up in one of the ocean's deepest regions. Aerial anomalies captured. In the ancient forests of northern Italy, a group of tourists stumbled upon a disc-style craft in 2010. Its small size immediately attracted their attention, especially since its exterior was coated in dust and mud, indicating it had been there for decades. Trail cameras set up in the area captured several sightings, including footage of larger spacecraft landing in the forest. One clip features a recently landed craft, with tourists gathering around to examine it. Another piece of footage shows a smaller disc-style craft still airborne as a man approaches to investigate. These sightings point to an ongoing phenomenon of UFO activity in this region, solidifying the idea that we may not be alone in the skies. Unexpected aerial surprise. During a routine flight over Sedona in 2017, pilots encountered an unexpected sight: a mysterious cylindrical-shaped object flying dangerously close to their jets. The footage captures this sleek, engineless craft moving at incredible speeds, easily keeping pace with the aircraft. Its maneuverability and speed were far beyond anything known to current aviation technology. The pilots observed as the object flew alongside them for a while, before suddenly diving toward Rocky Point Beach, where it vanished without a trace. The UFO's close proximity to the jets showed a level of precision and control that was remarkable in such a high-pressure environment. Resilient craft surfaces.
2-3, be advised, we have a visual on enemy paratroopers.
This footage, captured by a military helicopter, reveals an unidentified aircraft that crashed into the Atlantic Ocean, reported to the US government in 2008. The gray metallic disc-shaped craft is partially submerged but remains surprisingly stable, unaffected by the ocean's currents. Its position suggests some form of advanced technology is at work to maintain balance. The ability of this craft to maintain stability in such harsh conditions, combined with its resilience, showcases technology far beyond our current capabilities, pushing us to rethink what might be possible in aerospace engineering.
2-3, be advised, we have a visual on enemy paratroopers.
Inside the hidden craft. In 2002, a massive extraterrestrial craft emerged from the sands of the Mojave Desert during a sandstorm, revealing itself after being buried for an extended period. Footage from the scene provides a glimpse inside the craft, showing a room filled with numerous screens displaying complex codes or a matrix-like data interface. One chamber contains 2 chairs and essential equipment, hinting at how the craft might function. The lab area features a pass-through shelf filled with glass jars, each seemingly containing specimens collected from various locations. There's also an old transmitter resembling a radio and small sculptures that may represent their civilization. This uncovery deepens our awareness of UFO technology and raises important discussions about what lies beyond our planet. Buried secrets of Mars. In 2025, during an unmanned NASA exploration mission on Mars, an autonomous rover made an extraordinary discovery: a large disc-shaped craft buried beneath the Martian sand. The footage shows the rover uncovering debris and revealing a metallic surface seemingly untouched by Mars's extreme conditions. Using robotic machinery, the team remotely lifted the craft, observing its remarkable durability. The presence of such a structure on Mars adds to the growing evidence of advanced technology beyond Earth, further expanding our understanding of extraterrestrial possibilities. Midair Encounter. A biplane collided mid-air with a flying saucer in Florida, an event caught on camera. The footage captured in 2018 shows the saucer approaching the plane before the two collided. After the crash, the video captures the scene as the saucer hits the ground, with authorities quickly arriving to secure the area. The damaged saucer, now partially broken, was closely examined by a search team that set up camp to study the wreckage. This event is another example of UFOs interacting with human aircraft, providing further evidence of these encounters in our skies. The rapid response by authorities reflects the seriousness with which such incidents are addressed. Area 51 Secrets Revealed. Believed to be a leaked video from Area 51, this footage, reportedly recorded in the 1980s, shows a large disc-shaped craft in the hands of the government. The video shows the craft going airborne, though it's unclear whether it was moving under its power or controlled for research purposes. What stands out is the sight of a towering object rising into the sky, unlike anything commonly seen in aerial activity. The footage also includes several photos of UFOs taken over the years, connecting this event to other sightings and indicating that these objects have been observed over a long period. Lost crafts of past. This group of fishermen hiking in a remote area of Bolivia came across what they believed to be the remains of long-lost UFOs. The footage from 2011 captures unusual rock formations that resemble classic flying saucers, with one man pointing out how these shapes stand apart from the surrounding landscape. Another man stands atop what looks like a partially buried disc-shaped object, which appears strikingly similar to a flying saucer. These distinct formations give the impression that the objects may have crashed centuries ago and slowly became part of the natural surroundings, hinting at the possibility of extraterrestrial encounters from the distant past. HighSpeed Landing. Mexico experienced a striking event when an unidentified flying object made a hard landing that seemed to come out of nowhere in 1997. Although the footage didn't capture the craft's full appearance, witnesses described it as shiny, with a reflective exterior that gave it a glossy look. The craft was flying at high speed when it first hit the ground, then went airborne again. However, it appears that the initial impact caused a malfunction in its engine. After covering some distance, the craft bounced a second time, scattering debris across the land, with pieces scattered far and wide. With debris scattered across the landscape, this sighting is another encounter with unidentified flying objects recorded all around the world. Robotic device nearby. Rub al Khali, one of the most remote and uninhabitable regions on Earth, became the site of a strange discovery when a group of explorers found a disc-shaped craft in the sand. Its position indicated that it may have crashed recently. The footage shows the explorers approaching the craft with a robot-like device nearby, stationary and seemingly undisturbed. This kind of robotic presence is uncommon in UFO sightings. It's unclear whether this device was deployed from the craft or arrived separately to investigate the environment or repair the craft. Despite its crash-like position, the craft itself showed no damage, hinting at advanced materials or even self-repair capabilities. Extraterrestrial crash scene. A drone camera captured footage of a large extraterrestrial craft that fell onto a bridge in Scotland one morning in 2011. The video shows the quick response from authorities and the damage caused to the bridge. Cars can be seen behind the craft, indicating that the incident occurred during regular traffic. Despite the significant impact that damaged the bridge, the extraterrestrial craft showed no visible signs of damage. The craft's durability, with no marks or dents after the crash, raises thoughts about technology designed to withstand extreme forces, potentially incorporating energy fields or unknown alloys. Glowing beam emitter. A team of Egyptian divers made an incredible discovery in 1998 at the bottom of the Red Sea when they found a mysterious disc-shaped craft. Its materials and design were unlike anything known to humanity. The surface of the craft showed signs of damage, indicating it might have crash-landed in the sea at high speed. After carefully moving the craft, the divers noticed something fascinating. The beam emitter on its underside was still glowing and functional. This working beam emitter points to advanced technology that can endure extreme underwater conditions. Advanced navigation revealed. Deep in the Scotia Sea, the International Ocean Institute made an incredible discovery, a spacecraft of unknown origin that didn't resemble any known technology on Earth. Inside the craft, researchers found a sophisticated monitoring system, showcasing advanced navigation and control features. The size of the spacecraft was truly remarkable, captivating the research team's attention. One of the most fascinating discoveries was a room filled with glass jars, each containing different samples that hinted at the craft's extraterrestrial nature. The variety of specimens suggests that the craft might have been used for biological research or exploration of other worlds. 3D displays still active. This footage from 2011 shows the interior of an alien aircraft found in the Baltic Sea by the Ocean X research team. The craft was partly buried in sand, which allowed the team to capture fascinating images from the damaged cockpit. Although the pilot's seat was broken, the sleek design of the craft remained intact despite being submerged. One standout feature was a monitor still displaying 3D images of an unknown landscape, with the reels visibly spinning, indicating that it was still working. The final shots linger on the sleek design of the operational system of the craft. Mysterious transport operation. Captured by a drone camera, this footage shows an extraterrestrial craft being transported by two helicopters securely chained as they headed towards Lake Tahoe, California. The photographer observed the helicopters flying in a coordinated manner, indicating the craft likely crashed in a nearby isolated area, and authorities quickly moved in to secure and relocate it. The craft remained intact during transport, demonstrating its resilience despite the crash. As the helicopters moved across the landscape, the footage shows the damaged yet sturdy craft suspended beneath them. The remote area below had no visible signs of civilian activity, underscoring the precision with which the operation was carried out to avoid public attention. Mysterious Skyfall. In 2010, a pod-shaped vessel fell from the sky in Japan, catching the attention of locals due to its strange design. The craft featured a large exhaust or fire hole, possibly a cockpit area where the glass appeared broken from the impact. Numerous tubes circled its diameter, giving it a mechanical, industrial look, unlike any known aircraft. Despite the crash, the footage captured faint lights still glowing from the cockpit, indicating that some internal systems remained active. The remaining operational lights suggest that the craft's power source and design principles are unlike anything we've encountered in modern aviation. Secrets of Area 51. In 1998, leaked footage believed to be from Area 51 showed a mysterious aircraft stored in a secret facility. While the duration of its presence there is unknown, its association with Area 51 indicates it may be part of research related to extraterrestrial life. The footage only reveals the outer surface of the craft, which has a metallic and durable appearance. Its elongated shape running from its highest to widest point hints that it could be disc-shaped. The exterior is also covered in a series of lines or designs, resembling a kind of matrix spread across the entire surface, showcasing a technology that appears highly advanced. Aftermath of impact. In 2017, footage from Florida State captured the aftermath of a large alien ship that crashed beside a road, with debris scattered across the area. The quick response from authorities signals the significance of the event. The craft's exterior, though damaged, appeared incredibly strong, and the scattered debris suggests it hit the ground at a very high speed. The impact likely caused parts of the structure to break apart, yet much of the ship remained intact, showcasing the advanced design and durability of the vessel. This footage is evidence pointing toward the existence of UFOs and the advanced nature of their design, as even after such a powerful crash, significant parts of the ship remained intact. Triangular craft encounter.
Oh, shit! You know what?
While stationed in Afghanistan in 2011, the US military recorded footage of a triangular-shaped craft that flew alarmingly close to their heads. The craft moved erratically, appearing to lose control before disappearing into the sky. As it vanished, an unidentified sound from another vessel could be heard, leaving the military personnel wondering about its source. This unexplained noise might indicate that another craft was nearby. The triangular craft eventually crashed in a remote area, but for reasons that remain unclear, the military has not revealed any information about the wreckage. The fact that trained US military personnel captured this sighting gives it credibility and shows that they took the event seriously.
Oh, shit! You know what?
ET engineering unleashed. Extraterrestrial crafts are highly advanced, and this footage from Los Angeles in 2016 shows a rare encounter with one. Captured on camera, a disc-shaped craft appeared to malfunction mid-flight, with fire and smoke trailing behind it. Despite these alarming signs, the craft continued to glide through the sky, maintaining an unusual level of control. As it hovered above, witnesses were left speechless by its persistence in the air, even while it appeared damaged. This sighting is a striking reminder of how little we know about these objects and the forces that allow them to operate in defiance of our expectations. Public UFO encounter. In a surprising turn from the typical UFO sightings that often happen in remote locations, this incident recorded at Redwood National Park is truly remarkable. A group of tourists spotted a strange flying saucer hovering right above them, appearing to get ready to land. The footage shows the craft hanging close to the ground and rotating slowly, with its shadow visible on the ground below. What makes this sighting particularly noteworthy is that it occurred in a public place, showing that encounters with unidentified flying objects may be more common than we think. The tourist experience and the growing collection of UFO sightings explain these events are happening more frequently and are being captured on camera. Unusual close encounter. One evening in Scotland, two enormous and mysterious aircraft were spotted hovering over the fields. A landman recorded the sighting on his phone, capturing footage of the coin-shaped craft smoothly floating close to the ground. What stood out was their unusual behavior. Both crafts remained in place, defying expectations for flying objects. This proximity to the ground is rarely reported in UFO sightings, suggesting they might have been conducting a close-range observation. The second craft was slightly higher, but also remained still. Often, UFO sightings are either accompanied by strange sounds or complete silence. These crafts were entirely silent, further indicating that they were likely not using conventional propulsion systems. Communication or coordination. Recorded in Germany in 1998, this footage shows unusual behavior from aliens who arrived on a large disc-shaped craft. Their odd movements, with one moving its hand in front of the other, might indicate they were communicating. Later, one of them suddenly collapsed, followed by the other, almost at the same time. This synchronized collapse remains unexplained. Afterward, the ship shot into the sky with a bright flash of light, possibly from its engine. The camera captured the craft flying away before it vanished in an instant, with another burst of light. This quick disappearance could be due to its incredible speed or another unknown factor that wasn't captured on film. UFO research in progress. Some believe that Area 51 may be the site of secret cooperation between the US government and extraterrestrial beings. Footage from 1985 reportedly shows advanced machinery surrounding small flying saucers, indicating the facility might be experimenting with alien technology. The equipment appears specially designed for working with unknown materials or energy sources, unlike anything seen in standard military operations. Large, hidden hallways in the footage show spaces that could be used to store UFO-like crafts. Workers in the footage, possibly military personnel or scientists, seem to be involved in studying or developing technology from these crafts. This scene gives weight to the theory that humans and extraterrestrials are collaborating, with aliens contributing knowledge that could advance human science. Open discussion. In today's discussion, we're sharing footage from around the world featuring unidentified alien aircraft that have crash-landed in cities. First, we see a large disc-shaped craft in Texas, with smoke rising from the crash site and emergency vehicles on the scene. Next, there's footage of an unknown craft that fell on the road. Looking unlike any typical UFO, smoke and fire can also be seen, possibly from the first crash. Another clip shows another disc-shaped craft that appeared suddenly. We also have footage of a massive extraterrestrial craft moving slowly down the road, causing significant damage as it goes. Then we see an orb-shaped object hovering mid-air, destroying buildings, and finally, a coin-shaped UFO crash landing and preparing to take off again. What are your thoughts on these crash landings? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.